A soft mist lingers over Jurassic Valley.
The ground trembles rhythmically, not from a single creature, but from a herd, colossal silhouettes moving slowly beneath towering conifers. Their long necks sway gently above the trees, tails trailing behind like living whips, sweeping the air. Among them moves the longest of them all, serene and mighty, the Diplodocus, one of the most extraordinary giants ever to walk the earth. The name Diplodocus means double beam, from the Greek diplos, double, and dokos, beam. It was given by American paleontologist Othniel Charles Marsh in 1878, referring to the double rows of bones beneath its tail that reinforced its structure. This adaptation gave its tail tremendous flexibility and strength, a design unique among sauropods. Diplodocus lived about 154 to 150 million years ago. During the late Jurassic period in what is now North America, primarily the regions of Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and Montana. It belonged to the great family of sauropods, the long-necked, long-tailed plant eaters that shaped prehistoric landscapes with their sheer size. This gentle giant could reach up to 27 meters, 88 feet in length, and some specimens may have approached 30 meters, 98 feet, longer than a blue whale. Despite its enormous size, Diplodocus was relatively light for a sauropod, weighing between 12 and 16 tons, thanks to its hollow bones and slender build. Its design was a masterpiece of evolution, long and balanced, strong yet elegant. Its neck alone measured over 8 meters, 26 feet, composed of at least 15 elongated vertebrae. This extraordinary structure allowed Diplodocus to reach both high branches and low vegetation without moving much, conserving energy as it swept its head in wide arcs while feeding. At the other end, its tail stretched more than 14 meters, 46 feet, tapering into a whip-like tip that could have been used for communication, defense, or sound production. Some scientists believe that when snapped, this tail could create a sonic boom, traveling faster than the speed of sound, a startling deterrent to predators. Diplodocus's small head was equipped with peg-shaped teeth, located only at the front of its jaws, perfect for stripping leaves but not for chewing. Instead, it swallowed vegetation whole, relying on its vast stomach to digest the plant material. It likely spent most of its day feeding, consuming up to hundreds of kilograms of plants daily, much like modern elephants or giraffes. The diet of Diplodocus was purely herbivorous, centered on the lush vegetation of the Jurassic floodplains. It fed mainly on ferns, cycads, horsetails, and conifers, plants that flourished in warm, humid environments. Its peg-like teeth were not suited for grinding, but rather for raking and pulling leaves, which it stripped from branches with sweeping motions of its long neck. To aid digestion, it likely swallowed gastroliths, small stones that helped grind the plant matter inside its massive stomach, much like modern birds do today. Diplodocus had a slow metabolism, yet its enormous size allowed it to maintain a stable internal temperature. Its sheer bulk retained heat, functioning like a biological furnace that kept it warm even through cooler nights. Moving slowly but steadily, it likely spent most of its waking hours eating, drinking, and occasionally resting in shallow riverbanks or shaded clearings. Despite its peaceful nature, Diplodocus was not defenseless. Its immense tail, composed of over 80 vertebrae, could be used as a powerful whip. Diplodocus also possessed another defensive advantage: height and awareness. Traveling in herds, these giants could spot approaching danger from afar. Adults surrounded the young, forming protective rings, while their sheer size discouraged most attacks. Even the fiercest predators thought twice before challenging a full-grown Diplodocus, a creature that could crush an enemy underfoot or whip it into submission. Its temperament was calm and collective, favoring herd life. Fossil trackways suggest that these dinosaurs moved together in coordinated groups, with juveniles in the middle, a social behavior that improved their chances of survival. Communication may have occurred through deep, low-frequency sounds, possibly generated through resonance in their long necks and bodies, allowing them to stay in touch across great distances. Their behavior shaped the environment around them. By stripping leaves from tall trees and trampling paths through the forest, Diplodocus and its relatives acted as ecosystem engineers, influencing plant growth and creating open areas that supported smaller species. Every step of this colossal animal reshaped the prehistoric landscape, a slow, living force of nature. Reproduction in Diplodocus, like in all sauropods, took place through egg-laying. Fossilized nesting sites from related species show that females likely migrated in herds to specific breeding grounds, open plains or riverbanks, where they could safely lay their eggs in large numbers. Each nest contained dozens of small, round eggs, surprisingly modest in size for such a massive creature, no bigger than a grapefruit. These eggs were buried under layers of soil or vegetation to protect them from temperature changes and scavengers. When the hatchlings emerged, they were tiny, barely a meter long, and extremely vulnerable. They relied on speed and concealment in dense vegetation to survive, since they would not reach full size for decades. Growth was steady and continuous, powered by a metabolism designed for gradual gigantism. Some paleontologists estimate that a Diplodocus could live up to 80 or even 100 years, its bones recording the rhythm of the Jurassic world like the rings of an ancient tree. Diplodocus lived at the height of the Age of Giants, sharing its world with other colossal sauropods like Apatosaurus and Brachiosaurus. But around 145 million years ago, changes in climate and vegetation began to reshape the planet. As the Jurassic gave way to the Cretaceous, new species emerged, ecosystems shifted, and the mighty Diplodocus slowly vanished from the Earth. Yet its legacy remained not only in fossils but in the very ecosystems it helped to sustain. The first fossils of Diplodocus were discovered in 1877 in Colorado, during the legendary bone wars between rival paleontologists Othniel Charles Marsh and Edward Drinker Cope. The discovery stunned the world, a skeleton so long that museums struggled to display it. Later, in the early 20th century, replicas of Diplodocus Carnegie, funded by industrialist Andrew Carnegie, were sent as gifts to museums across Europe, making Diplodocus one of the most famous dinosaurs ever displayed. It became the very symbol of prehistoric grandeur, the gentle colossus of the Jurassic. Diplodocus represents the beauty of evolutionary balance, enormous yet elegant, slow yet enduring, peaceful yet powerful. It was a creature that embodied harmony between strength and serenity, living proof that survival can be achieved not through aggression, but through adaptation, cooperation, and persistence. So imagine, if you will, the end of a Jurassic day, the sky painted gold and crimson, a herd of Diplodocus moving slowly across the horizon. Their necks rise above the trees, tails sweeping through the fading light. The earth trembles softly beneath their feet, a rhythm from a forgotten age. And for a moment, the world seems to breathe with them. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the channel, leave your like, comment what you liked the most, and share it with someone who needs to hear this too.